even the question came in because I am a small towner myself.
Okay.
Who moved to Pune around 24, 25 years back. Before that, I did my master's in Mumbai. And I realized that sometimes it's always said to meet yourself, you have to travel far.
Oh, yes.
And this is the way you've met your passion. This is the way you've met your calling. And as you rightly said, reading and speaking, public speaking, are the two assets eventually moved or helped you to write your book. Okay, the God proposes and man disposes. I'd like to understand a little bit about this multifaceted work that you do, and you call it as your calling. You a motivational speaker, you are a youth empowerment ambassador, you're a pathologist, you are a corporate coach, you are an author by yourself. So what really gets you to drive every day saying that this day is going to be better than the earlier one? I'm sure like many of rich, successful and well-placed people, you also had your emotional moments of down, not feeling so great, but eventually you addressed this and moved into multiple areas. So what makes you go, all over, create what you really want to?
Okay, let me answer this question now. It's a very wide question. Let me answer it in two ways. Number one, as to multifaceted personality, people call. Let me tell you, and let this be very clear to everyone. I am basically not working in in a multifaceted way. My pathology lab is automated, and I do not have to. Pathology labs are automated, and I do not have to get involved in day-to-day work or day-to-day operations. Apart from that, I have only one vocation, and that is of being a youth empowerment activist, which includes, guiding young entrepreneurs.
Okay.
All other things are related to this main axis or nucleus. Being an author is to help in this. I'm not a professional author. Being, starting my podcast or like being a public speaker is, to support this particular nucleus. Right? When I go and talk to students, this because I want them to, become entrepreneurs rather than job seekers. Again, this is to support this particular nucleus of being a youth empowerment activist. So, my other vocation or my prime vocation is youth empowerment activist. That way I am a Sangeet Bhushan also, and sometimes I do some small Sangeet concerts also. Again, to motivate people, because some people, some youth get motivated by music. So all the other things which people call as multifaceted is to promote and support this one calling of my life, that is youth empowerment.
So why particularly only youth empowerment? Where do you see that youth is still struggling with a lot of areas?
Yeah.
Or let me put it this way, if not struggling, has not realized its own potential.
Yes.
So how do you help them?
You both the words which you used are correct. The struggling word is also correct, and not utilizing the potential is also correct. See, earlier when I was a young child, when you were young, before the advent of the internet and the social media, there were not many distractions.
True.
And the parenting, the meaning of parenting was completely different. The meaning of schooling was completely different. The meaning of a teacher was completely different. And the meaning of studies and education was completely different. We had it easier, Dr. Pratik.
Very much.
We had it easier.
Except for the fact that the parenting was tough.
Parenting was tough. But we as kids had it easier. We knew that there was this line and we wanted to follow this line. We did not have many distractions. So what happened was that we went through this line, and then we used to choose a career at the age of 17 and then move ahead and do whatever we did in our lives. Now After the advent, now those days, this particular phase of the world had its own advantages and disadvantages. Then came the internet. And when the internet came, and earlier there was this Orkut, and now a plethora of social media, now it has its own advantages and disadvantages.